Hello, all my friends, wherever you are in this big world of young living. The new year is here and moving fast, and I'm looking forward to seeing what surprises await us. I know we are in for an adventure, and I'm excited for all the great things that we are going to experience. It doesn't seem like we have skipped a beat, even with all the unknowns that we have been facing and are still facing. I think it's time to take a look in the mirror and talk to ourselves. I'd like to share a few things that I know affect my life. We know many things that we think affect our lives, but in reality, it is how we respond to any given situation that affects us. Do we let our emotions get in the way and dictate a response that really isn't necessary? Do we let our fear of the unknown stop us from moving forward? This year has been filled with a lot of trauma, frustrations, and many unknowns that have had monumental effects on our world. But how have our emotions affected our actions that could interfere with our progress as we move into the new year? I'd like to quote Gary, "Emotions rule the world, which you see in the good and the bad. It all starts from an electrical impulse from just a visual contact. All emotions happen from sight, sound, and smell, and yes, they do rule the world." Emotions are particularly and possibly the most powerful tool that you have in your arsenal. They're powerful in two ways, creativity and construction, and they're equally powerful in destruction. What's interesting is that they are all controlled by you, nobody else. You can use your emotions to drive you either into greatness or you can use them to drive you into the grave, but they will drive you either direction. We were so disappointed when we realized that convention was going to be canceled and we weren't going to be able to see you and be with our friends. Then suddenly, there was this strange new idea of a virtual convention. This new virtual experience has made me contemplate deeply and ask some very soul-stirring questions. What is young living? Why do we do what we do? Why do we share the oils? Why do we call, encourage, and motivate? What are the oils? What is their value in my life? And seriously, why do I want to share them? I think it's time for you to look in the mirror and ask yourself those same questions and see if you like the answers. Allow me to share my feelings from my inner belief. It may be different for you, and I allow everyone their own beliefs, but I have to speak from my inner knowing, which is why I do what I do and why I am speaking to you now. It's very simple, and I can express myself, my feelings, my beliefs, my reasons, and my love for young living and for all of you in just a few words. I believe the oils that come from the plants of Mother Nature, created by God, help us connect to our divine eternal source, which dictates all that we do. It is my connection to that source that fills me with a desire to help others, to be of service, to uplift, motivate, inspire, and guide others to be the best that they can be, that we all can be. It is Gary's legacy to help us connect with that higher power so that we can live in peace and harmony and have health and abundance, to be a beacon of light to the world. Our world needs that light more than ever. People need to look up and feel the sun on their faces rather than look down into the dark emptiness of despair. There is no hope or love in darkness. When you look at the majesty of the mountains, the gentleness of a fluttering butterfly, the elegance of a beautiful flower, the silence of a shimmering ripple of water on the lake, or the formidable power of a mighty fir tree, you can feel the power of life. Do you feel that power? I feel that power, and it gives me hope. It gives me a knowing that I have something good to do, something more to do in this world. Open a bottle, Gary's Light, and breathe in that essence. It's the essence of life. Think about where those oils come from and why you have that bottle in your hand. Gary said to me more than once that he came to earth with a mission to take the message of God's healing oils to the world. The healing oils of the plant kingdom. Physical healing is something that many are looking for, but emotional healing is the foundation of all well-being. We have to start there first. Ask yourself, why are you suffering? Where did it begin? What is the underlying emotion? Young Living gives us tools to open the heart and elevate the mind to greater awareness. Why do the ancient people use frankincense, myrrh, gileadensis, or balm of Gilead, as it is more commonly known? They use these oils and many others to get in touch with their emotions, to enhance their spirituality, to understand themselves. Gary said, the most important thing you can do is to know who you are. I have an insight into who I am and why I do what I do. The more I think about it, contemplate my purpose, and ask myself questions, the wider my perspective becomes and the deeper my understanding grows. Gary said that he left us with the knowledge and tools to carry the mission forward. Of course we want to have oils in every home, but the mission is much broader than that. It is to help each of us get in touch with ourselves, to become conscious of who we are, what our purpose is, and how we can serve humanity. We have to get back to our roots, the soul of humanity. We have to nourish and feed with love and kindness. There is so much knowledge in the world for our taking. There is so much information about essential oils, so much to be learned, so much knowledge we all possess. But what are we going to do with that knowledge? It's like reading a book and closing the back cover and saying, that was really interesting. I really enjoyed this book. You should read it too. But if we don't put that knowledge into action, there is no benefit. I often see good recipes when I'm reading through a magazine, and sometimes I even tear them out. But do I ever make those recipes? No, not usually. Why? Because there's no time. I'm too busy, so what's the point? Maybe we can't travel. Maybe we can't get together. Maybe we feel stuck at home. But we can talk. We can place orders. And we can find ways to go around the problems or that which blocks us. I have been so impressed with all the innovations that have taken place this past year. I am fascinated with all your creativity. Young Living is very healthy and very strong. We have seen dramatic changes in Young Living everywhere. These changes are fortifying our structure and supply chain, increasing our technical strength, and improving our operational process, which is preparing us for an even greater future. The enthusiasm, motivation, and dedication among employees have never been higher. Our employees have been empowered to express themselves, share their ideas, and demonstrate their skills. And it has been so rewarding for everyone. They know how important they are, and especially how important they are to you and the success of your business. And they care. Young Living is growing, and we are growing on a strong foundation. Young Living is essential. We are essential. In the time since Gary has been gone, I have learned a lot more about energy. I know when Gary is with me because I can feel his energy. Believe me, I know what his energy feels like, and his energy gives me greater strength to do what is necessary. Let's put the energy of our heart's desire into motion. A new year, a new beginning of peace, harmony, abundance, and well-being. Together, we can make it happen.